Hey there, Holly Forrest. How's it going?
Hi, Holly Forrest.
Hey
You're on the
guys.
beach now.
Yeah.
Good evening. Good evening to all. Very exciting and happy to have you here, and especially our expert of this night, Curtis Marchildon. And he is part of Dahlia, and he's part of ESM. He's going to be part of our wonderful community. He's a veteran, registered respiratory therapist for the last 15 years, right? And you have a lot of experience also in hospitals and working with patients of all ages. Courtesy works with adults, with children, and I was amazed to read about your bio to work in ICU and emergency room as well. I would love to hear more about that experience in hospitals. And Curtis always felt that helping others was his calling, but over the past few years, he truly internalized that the deepest one can go on their spiritual path is to be in service to others. And I love this. When I read this, I was feeling so connected because we're truly like honoring our lives just by being alive. The path of service is just by being alive. And realizing that and putting that on service of others, it's so amazing with this awareness. And thank you for your service, your path. For this, he has been diving his deepest purpose and with healing and ancient practices and traditions. And he embarked on a deep personal healing journey as well over many years with these wisdom, traditions, learnings, their effectiveness from the inside. And having lived experience with both, with Western and Eastern medicine tradition, Curtis brings a unique and rare perspective to his elemental breathwork practice. That is what we're going to learn today. And from this kind of breath work, he's going to lead us into some keys and also some experience through this date. And many things. Curtis, I know this is very brief that I can say about you, but you can keep sharing with us about your experience and delight us with the work that you have been doing.
Yeah, thank you for that, Rosa. That's great. Yeah, I can, because we don't have a ton of time, I can just, if you guys want to just get into it, I can just share my screen and, and start talking, explaining about a little bit about what Rosa was talking about. So let's get into that. Okay. So can everyone see that okay? Perfect. Okay, so yeah, like Rosa said, my my background is as a registered respiratory therapist. I've been doing that for almost 16 years, so that's very heavily in the Western system of medicine and treating people. Um, so what I'm going to teach you guys today is something called elemental rhythm breath work, and the experience is called the breakthrough experience. The elements come from earth, water, air, and fire. These are the different breaths that we go through. But there's also four elements to it, which is breath, meditation, movement, and music. So kind of two things going on there. So let's, yeah. So as you guys know, my name is Curtis, and the first thing I want to do is get into a bit about my story, um, and what brought me to um, breathwork, and yeah, let's get into that. So, to explain a little bit about what a respiratory therapist does, because this is a big part of my life and currently still is, I work at two Toronto area hospitals. So, basically, we are frontline critical care. We work in the ICU, the operating room, emergency department. We go to all the cardiac and respiratory arrests around the hospital, all the high risk deliveries, all the C sections. Um, we're there basically for all different age populations, from neonates, which are like preterm, could be 30 week, even smaller than that, all the way up to people that are in their 90s and passing, leaving this realm for the next one. So Yeah, there's a lot of different. Anyone who's on a mechanical ventilator, we manage the ventilators as well. Um, Sorry, I'm just gonna minimize this little box here. Let's see what happens there. So I'm certified in advanced life support, basic life support, neonatal resuscitation as well. Those are just some of the credentials that I have. Um, Actually, let's go back here one more time. So, in terms of the respiratory stuff and what's kind of led me into where I am now, I've seen firsthand the limitations of Western medicine with myself, with my patients, with my family members. Basically, we have very few ways of treating chronic illness, and chronic illness right now is an epidemic, especially with the older population, but in all areas of ages. Um, so the system basically is set up to just mask symptoms and never really gets to the root causes of these chronic illnesses, which I believe is essentially just nervous system blockages, emotional trauma that has been stored in the body. And if we don't have a way of moving this energy, eventually, with time, it'll manifest in the body as physical disease or dis-ease within the body. This could take, a year. It could take 5 years. It could take 10 years, 20 years. Who knows? The body basically is a memory, and it stores all these emotional or these nervous system traumas throughout your life. It could be past life stuff. It could be intergenerational trauma. It could be trauma that you pick up in this current incarnation as well. So basically, yeah, these are blockages. Um, and Eastern traditions have known this stuff for thousands of years, and we just sort of, I wouldn't say forgotten it, but we're really going down a path that is more about making money and keeping certain, corporations' pockets lined, and not so much about necessarily curing things or fixing people's issues. So we need a way to move this trapped energy. One of my friends likes to say, release the issues in the tissues and heal it. Feel it to heal it. Actually, I think Marcus also mentioned that too. But that's essentially what we need to do. So for me, breath is life. When you can't breathe, nothing else matters. There's a whole bunch of ways to look at that. So I have a unique perspective being able to welcome newborns into the world. And for me, this is actually the part of my job I have the most, I'm most grateful for that. I have the most satisfaction in that, because it's like I'm helping a new soul come into the world to have another opportunity to basically go through the karma, whether you believe in this stuff or not, but I do. And it's just giving another opportunity for this being to breathe, and often we're there because the first breath in a child's life is the most difficult breath they're ever going to take. They have to generate the most amount of pressure to take that first breath. Once they do that, everything kind of comes into alignment and they're good to go. But we're there as like a precautionary thing. So sometimes these babies come out and they're not doing good, and we need to kind of give them that support. So I've been at close to 1,000 deliveries considered high risk. But on the other side of things, I also have I've been with the elderly, and I've been able to see them transition often. I'll go into a room and there's someone that is passing, and I need to check their oxygen, or I need to see if they need more oxygen, kind of thing. And I've noticed that some elderly people are actually going into a type of innately or intrinsically, they're going into a type of breath work, like a holotropic breath work or hyperventilation. And it's actually them. This is my perspective, having done training in breath work, and then later on in seeing this and being able to see that these people are actually going into a breath work to change their state of consciousness as they transcend, or as they go to the next realm. So to do that, you can get to higher states of consciousness through your breath, right? So it's an amazing thing to actually see that in person. And these people don't have training; they're just doing it naturally. So it is said that DMT is released at birth and at death. Okay, DMT being the same molecule that allows for spiritual experiences. And this molecule is endogenously produced in the body. This molecule is found in many plants like ayahuasca, psychedelic plants like ayahuasca. It's called the spirit molecule. So why is this important? Well, breathwork can allow for a spiritual experience and a pathway of going into the subconscious mind to release trapped trauma and emotional blockages. Okay, there's a direct correlation between having a connection to one's spirit and having a better quality of life. So plant medicines can be a path to get you there, but we can also do that just with our breath. So I discovered breathwork and started to have my own deep experiences. I saw how breath is life and how it connects us to our spirit and our soul. So moving along, let's get a little bit more into my own personal story. Now, I didn't just notice these people doing breathing techniques and be like, okay, I want to do breath work. It was a little bit different. So my journey several years ago took me into a place which was called, which is often referred to as the dark night of the soul. And for a lot of people on their path, this is something that they go into, and it's a time of confusion. It's a time of deep introspection and trying to understand a lot about where your place is in life, and you ask a lot of questions. So for me, I suffer from chronic pain, insomnia, and a lot of anxiety. So the healing I was looking for could not be provided by current Western medicine practices. So I did a lot of research on how to change my perspective, how to change my mind, and how to perceive reality in a different way. So I learned to meditate. I was getting called to these. I did research first, and how to change your mind. It was meditation practice. Plant medicines was another option. Breathwork was another option that came up. So I started to actually incorporate these things into my daily, not daily necessarily, well, in some cases daily life, like meditation, breathwork, I actually do on a daily basis. Not so much plant medicines, but there's a place for that as well. I did get a call in for some of these things. I discovered my breath in partnership with some of these modalities. And I also found an amazing community of like-minded people, which, we know this is a very important thing as we're trying to establish community down in Costa Rica. So where elemental rhythm breathwork came from and why I chose this style to facilitate. So just to try to go through this quickly, the guy who created this system, he had a podcast, and he had a guy on his podcast named Wim Hof. Some of you guys might be familiar with Wim Hof. Now, Wim and him hit it off, and Wim invited him to do his a training to get certified in his system. Now, this was before Wim Hof was even like a big deal. No one really even knew about Wim Hof at the time. So Gio goes over to, I think it was Europe, and he got certified. He had some amazing experiences. Came back, he was blown away by his experience, and he decided to create his own system where he combined breath, meditation, music, and movement together and to make one experience. So, the music is very important because we breathe along to a rhythm of a track. Okay, so we're breathing with that rhythm of the track, and the whole reason for that is so we can drop the thinking, analytical mind, and we can get into the present moment. Okay, so the music kind of allows us to transition into that space, surrender our monkey mind, so to speak. This is very key for the experience. It's called conscious connected breathing. So I was drawn to this system because I was already doing things like meditation, breath work, and I had a calling, like I was really into music. So these things sort of pulled me in. Now, the dance part of the movement part, I hadn't quite discovered yet. I do a lot of that now with ecstatic dance, but that was another part of the healing puzzle for me as well. So, and the beauty of the system is, as facilitators, we can kind of create our own we can put our own spin on it. So I introduce things like the drum, koshi chimes, incense, essential oils, the flute, while I'm going through the experience with the participants. So before we actually do any breathing, we have to talk about contraindications or things that could be potentially a risk for anyone participating. Now, I need to say that breathwork is super safe. It's being used, it's being done for thousands of years by ancient yogic traditions. The Tibetans were doing this thousands of years ago. So there's been massive studies done on breathwork where people have done holotropic breathwork, and not one person has had a medical issue come up that are related to any of these things I'm going to mention right now. So super safe. But if you are experiencing any of these things, then I would say speak to your doctor first. Epilepsy, pregnancy, high blood pressure, cardiovascular disease, risk of heart attack, asthma. If you do have asthma, then I would have a puffer available. Glaucoma, detached retina, history of strokes, aneurysms, bipolar, schizophrenic, or currently going through an emotional crisis. Also, don't do this if you're planning on diving, driving, swimming, going underwater, where the loss of consciousness could result in your harm. Okay, let's just go to the next slide, which I've already introduced. So these are the things that these are the reasons why we do breathwork. If you guys don't know or haven't experienced breathwork before, some of the potential benefits of breathwork. So we have emotional release, nervous system reset, mental clarity, deep relaxation, mystical experiences, rebirth experiences. And like I said, the birth is the first trauma in your life in this incarnation. I've actually had participants have rebirth experiences while doing breathwork, where they've seen themselves coming through the birth canal. And this is just to move this stuck energy that was literally there in their being, for decades. The opportunity to release trauma and emotions could come up. So overcoming addiction, depression, anxiety, overcoming chronic illness, releasing stress, having insights and downloads, alkalizing the body as well. And a couple things recently that I came across was the greatest indicator of lifespan is literally lung capacity. So, if you're a deep diver, you can hold your breath for a long period of time. You can end up getting, a lung volume of like 12, 13, 14 liters. Normal lung volume capacity is about 5 liters for a male. It's more than double that. But most people aren't going to dive to 300 meters and learn how to do that. So we can also do this through breathwork practices, daily breathwork practices. Another way to do it, or to look at it, is a normal breath rate in your day is anywhere between 8 and 20 breaths per minute. That's what the textbook says. 12 to 20. If we can lower that down to 8, 7, 6 breaths per minute, which is called CO2 retention, we can actually extend our lives or decrease our mortality. Okay, so when you're born, you have a certain amount of breaths you're going to breathe, just like your heart's going to pump a certain amount of beats in your lifetime. If we can slow either the heart rate down or the breath rate down, we're going to do a lot better. We're going to increase our life expectancy. So there's many reasons to do this practice. So how we're going to do the flow of the session once we get into the breath work, I'll just go through this quickly with you guys, but it's going to be a condensed version. This whole experience normally takes about an hour and a half. So you guys are only going to do 30 minutes, and that's me quickly explaining how to do it. And then we're going to go into it. But so the first things to talk about are the breathing mechanics and how to take a proper breath, the rhythm and the 4 types of breath, the elements. So the earth, water, air, and fire breaths. We're going to do an inspiratory hold after we do our last fire breath. And then we're going to do an exhalation, which is like a humming sound through our nasal cavity. I'll explain that in a few minutes. There's going to be some sensations that can come up, physical sensations, while you're doing the actual breathing. So I'll talk about those so you guys aren't surprised. We're only going to be doing 3 rounds. Normally this is a 5-round session, so the chances of something big happening aren't as likely. Okay, but I'm still going to talk about it just in case. That'll be followed by a 2 to 3 minute shake. So we do this to move the energy, get the blood flowing. Then we do a short meditation to set an intention. Okay, this is only a couple minutes. Then we're going to do 3 rounds of guided breath work, followed by a meditation / integration to come out of it at the end. Okay, so we're going to talk about how do we actually breathe. Okay, and I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see so you see the woman there, she's got one hand on her stomach and one hand on her chest. Okay, so when we take a full proper breath, full yogic breath, they call it, or diaphragmatic breath, we go into the belly and then up into the chest. Okay, so your diaphragm is going to drop and come out, and then you're going to come up into the chest and the shoulders to take that full, they call it yogic breath. Okay, so belly, chest, and then we're going to exhale. Okay, so feel your lower hand expand and then go up into your chest. So a lot of times during people's day-to-day lives, they're just chest breathing. They're only breathing, which keeps you in fight or flight. Okay, keeps you in sympathetic nervous system response. So we want to slow, in this case, in this breath, we just want to slow our breathing down, so we go into the diaphragm, up into the chest. Okay, that's a full yogic breath. So I can demonstrate. I don't know if you guys can really see me here, but so maybe I can stand up here and show you guys. I don't know if my stomach's going to show up there, but so into the belly. So then up into the chest. Exhale. Belly, chest, exhale. Kind of like that. It's hard to demonstrate it when we're not in person, but so the 4 types of breath, like I mentioned, were earth, water, air, and fire. So so the earth breath is 4 in and 4 out. So it'll be like, I'll be guiding you this whole time with the rhythm of the track. So it'll be like this: in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. We do that for about 45 seconds, and then we transition into water breath, which is 2 and 2. So we're picking up the tempo. So we basically cut it in half. And we go in, 2, out, 2, in, 2, out, 2. So if I was to do that breath, it'd be like this. So belly, chest, exhale. Belly, chest, exhale. Okay, we do that for about 1.5 minutes, and then the tempo picks up even more, and we get into a breath called air breath, which is just 1 in, 1 out. So it's much quicker, again cutting the time in half. So like this. So it's getting into a pretty, yang, masculine kind of energy now. So we do that for about 1.5 minutes, and then we get into fire breath. So fire breath is a little bit more complicated to do. So to keep it simple, it's just a rapid inhale and exhale just through your nose. So this whole time you're breathing in through your mouth and then out through your nose for those 3 other breaths. Now fire breath is just in and out through your nose as fast as you can, but feeling your diaphragm panting in and out. So like kind of like at that rate. Now you don't have to go as fast as that. Just try to go, as fast as you feel comfortable with. We only do that for about 30 seconds. At the end of that, we take a big breath in, and we hold on maximum inspiration. And I'm gonna be guiding you through this whole thing. So just listen to my prompts. I'll say big breath in, and I want you to squeeze your pelvic floor or your perineum area. That's that muscle that if you were peeing and you need to hold your pee, you'd squeeze that, okay, and your abdomen. And I want you to pull that energy up your spine to your third eye or your crown, and just squeeze. So you're basically pulling life force energy, your cerebral spinal fluid, up your spine into your head. This is like a Joe Dispenza kind of breath. If any of you guys are familiar with that, this is one of the techniques he uses. So we only hold for about 15 or 20 seconds. Okay, squeezing that pelvic floor, squeezing that abdomen. And then we exhale with a buzz or a hum. So it'll sound like this. Hopefully it comes through the microphone. When we buzz, we're buzzing in our nasal cavity. Okay, this increases nitric oxide production, which it's a vasodilator. Also helps with producing mystical experiences within the body, the mind. So that's going to be our exhale. We're buzzing in the nasal cavity. Exhale, all the way until there's no air left in your lung. Okay, so then we hold on expiration, and I'll be talking you or guiding you through. So I'll say, okay, just hold, and then you'll hear the next track start, and we'll go back into earth breath. We'll start another round with earth breath. So in, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4. Again, it's a lot to remember, but just listen to my prompts and I'll be guiding you through. Okay? So just try to relax, smile while you're doing this as much as you can. We forget to smile a lot. This is supposed to be an enjoyable experience. Now it's work. It's called breathwork, so it's going to feel like work. You may not be thinking this is enjoyable, but if when you get into the fourth and fifth round, that's actually, which we're not going to be doing unfortunately today because of time, but that's usually when you start to have, the mind gives up, the mind surrenders, and you're just automatically doing this. Okay. It just becomes like, you're somewhere else really. Often I have to tell people like, keep breathing. Like they'll stop breathing altogether or, whatever. So, yeah, that's it. We covered all of this. Sometimes on the exhalation, I like to do Om. I'll say Om, and then I'll transition into that buzz. The key of that is just to vibrate in the nasal cavity. That's all you need to do. Okay. What do we got here? So possible sensations that could arise for you. You know what? Let me see if we got everything here. Rhythm of the breath. So a couple other things to mention actually. I would say if at any point, because we're breathing in through the nose, out through the mouth, if that becomes too difficult, you can just mouth breathe if you feel more comfortable doing that. Okay. It's key, again, to be conscious, be connected to the breath, just feel the breath, be there with the breath. At any point, again, if you start to feel some anxiety coming up or you're uncomfortable, one of the keys of this to bring you back is to just slow your breathing down and extend your exhales. Okay, if you extend your exhales, that's going to take you back into parasympathetic, which again is that rest and digest state. Okay, the breath, these breaths that we're doing, the 1 and 1 and the 2 and 2, are more of a forced breath. It's like it's a Wim Hof kind of breath. So it's like a go, let's do this, right? But I think with 3 rounds, no one's really going to be getting into a state where they're getting like super uncomfortable or anything, and that's rare. If anything, okay, let's go into the possible sensations or things that you can experience. So temperature changes is one thing, so that's why I say just grab a blanket. Auditory changes, it could sound like you're underwater. That's pretty rare. Visualizations, dreamlike images, colors, light flashes. Again, this is pretty rare stuff. Buzzing and vibrating throughout the body, a little bit more common. Feeling of changes in weight in your body. I've never really experienced that. You could experience intense emotions, crying, laughing. You might have to feel like you need to scream. Now, I would say if something is there that needs to come up, let it come up, because there's a reason why it's coming up. You're giving it an opportunity to express itself and move. This is the whole reason why we're doing this breath work, because we want to move the energy, okay? The stuff that's been locked in the nervous system, okay? Which could be there for a very long time. So allow that to come up. It's okay to process that, okay? Another sensation that I often get is something called tetany. So this is like T-Rex hands or claw hands. Your wrist might go like this. Totally normal. But again, if I don't mention to you, you might be wondering what the heck's going on. I don't think anyone's going to get too deep into that because we're only doing the 3 rounds, but it just means you're intensely breathing, and that's going to go away once the breath work is stopped. Okay, so we're going to do a 2 to 3 minute shake to get the energy moving. Now, get the blood flowing, loosen the body. One reason we've seen, example in the animal kingdom is in terms of shaking and moving, they've witnessed gazelle be chased by cheetah, right? and it's a fight or flight response. And when the gazelle gets away, which 9 times out of 10 it gets away, it goes into this shake like immediately after to move the energy or whatever just happened, and then it goes back to grazing like nothing happened, right? So it instantly moves that energy. Now humans, we often don't have a way of doing that. We get an email that like throws us off, and the next day we're still thinking about it, right? So we need these practices to be able to move through that stuff. So that's one of the reasons why we're gonna do the shake. So after that, we'll do the short meditation to set an intention for the experience. Intention is very important. Where we place our attention is usually where energy flows, okay? Or where we put our consciousness, that's where energy flows. So we'll get the eye mask, get comfortable either in a chair or lying down. 3 rounds of breath work, guided, followed by the guided meditation, okay? So that's everything for the experience. Do you guys have any questions before we move on?
Yeah, I have a question.
Yeah.
So you said we breathe in through our mouth and breathe out through the nose?
No, so in through the nose, out through the mouth.
Okay,
It's opposite.
That's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah, and if there's a problem, again, we try to get people to breathe as much as possible through the nose and out through the mouth on exhalation. And when you exhale with a ha. We want to like audibly hear that, so it's like so belly, chest, exhale, belly, chest, exhale, okay? And you can also
lift,
yep.
And lift the shoulders up, because you're lifting your shoulders up.
Yeah, you can get the shoulders involved. You don't necessarily have to, but like, in the understanding for me when it comes to the full yogic breath, it's diaphragm or belly, chest, and then shoulders if you want to get the full proper breath. But if you just want to go belly, chest, that's okay. Exhale. The key here, guys, is actually it's not to be perfect. It's because you may have never done this before. So just do your best, and as long as you're breathing, as long as you continuously breathe, that's the main thing. People are going to have all different experiences and all different levels. So just try to do your best and just listen to the prompts. But, as long as you're breathing, that's all that matters. Even if you stop breathing, that's where you need to go in that moment. That's okay. Okay. We're not, I've stopped breathing many times where I've literally gone into a space where I'm somewhere else. Like my consciousness is like floating somewhere, and that's okay. That's what I need to experience in that moment. So any other questions? Okay, so I don't know if you guys are going to be able to see me, but I'm going to actually exit out of the screen share here so I can share my music. Okay. Oh, we got a couple new people join here. I didn't notice. Welcome, guys. So we're going to start with the shake, and I don't know if you guys can see me shaking because I have my thing on here. But what I would say is don't worry about how you look. Just get up there, move your body, your arms, your legs, your wrists. We're just anywhere that's tight, we want to breathe into that. We want to move. We want to jump up and down. We want to get the heart going. Okay, just that's all it is. No one's looking. Everyone's focused on moving. Yeah, so I'm gonna start the track, and just let me know if you guys can hear this okay. Hold on a second. Oh, you know what? Sorry, I'm not a Zoom expert yet. I need to share my audio. Okay, so we're only going to do a few minutes. Guys, let me know if you can hear that. Yeah, just bounce up and down, just move. Start with, you guys can watch me if you want. I'm just going to bounce up and down with my wrists, my shoulders, my hips. still breathing here, don't forget to breathe. And actually, this is an opportunity you can practice your breath too. Okay, so in through the belly, up into the chest, out through the mouth. So this shaking is all about moving erratically. We're not trying to dance or looking good. Just let go. Circulation going. Just be present. Just be here. Loosen the spine, hips, anywhere that feels tight. Just breathe into those tight areas. You can vocalize, make some noise, laugh, present to whatever comes up. Breathing. That's it. Go on. Almost there. We'll do another 30 seconds. Okay, guys. Just slow down and come back to your seat or wherever you're gonna do the breath work. Okay, so the next part is our intention setting, little short meditation. So you have the opportunity now, if you want to put your eye shades on, you can do that. Just get comfortable. And yeah, just listen to my guidance, okay? Just lay down or sit with your eyes closed and just start to breathe. Thinking is not important here. Just follow the breath in and out. Relax your body and any tension you have in the head, face, neck, shoulders. When your mind starts to drift, just acknowledge that and just come back to the breath. There's only one place to be right now, and that is here in the present moment. The only moment that ever exists. Just take a moment right now to think of one thing you're grateful for. Just visualize it in the mind. Feel the feeling of gratitude in your body. Now imagine you are breathing in that feeling through your heart. Breathe that feeling of gratitude up into your heart space. Really feel it and embody it. Now that you're in a space of gratitude, take a moment to focus on an intention for this experience. The intention can be for the actual experience to help find clarity or relaxation, or maybe some insights or direction. You want to really feel this intention in your consciousness. Presence and awareness, emotional release, healing, or self-compassion and love. What do you want to get from this experience? Okay, I see Holly's message there. I don't have any background music playing. I wonder if, yeah, all the mics are muted. So the background music might have been the meditation music. So maybe you're having a hard time hearing that. What we're going to do now is we're going to go into the first round of breathwork. Okay, guys? So if anyone has a problem with hearing my voice in the music, let me know if you can. Okay? We can just play it for a minute and see how it is. If there's an issue, let me know, because that's key to this experience through Zoom. Might take a few seconds for you to really hear the music coming in, okay? So we're going to be breathing along to the rhythm of that track. So the song will pick up a little bit. Let me know if you can hear it. Everybody okay? Okay, so in 2, 3, 4, out 2, 3, 4, 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 in 2, 3, 4. Getting ready to transition to water breath, picking up the tempo to 2 and 2. In 2, out 2, in 2, out 2. Belly, chest, exhale. Belly, chest, exhale. In 2, out 2. In 2, out 2. That's it. Keep that pace. Keep that rhythm going. Just follow the beat. Follow the rhythm. Keep breathing. Just breathe in the heart space. Trust your breath. Just allow the breath to guide you. In 2, out 2. 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 That's it. Keep going. Keep that rhythm. Keep that pace. Doing great. It's gonna feel like work. Push through this. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Be here in the breath. It's conscious breathing, conscious connected breathing. Just trust your breath. Trust the body. There's nowhere else to be right now. Just be here in the breath. In 2, out 2. In 2, out 2. Getting ready to transition into air breath, picking up the tempo 1 and 1. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Keep that pace, keep that rhythm. Keep it going. You got this. Doing great, guys. In, out, 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 in, out. Deep, sharp breaths. What you put in is what you're going to get out in this experience. Just feel the music. Feel the rhythm. You got this, guys. You got this. Getting ready for fire breath. That's a rapid inhale and exhale just through your nose as fast as you can. You're going to feel the panting in your diaphragm when you do this, okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fire breath. Just keep going like that as fast as you can. It's only for 30 seconds. You got it. Almost there. A little bit more. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big breath in, big breath in. Fill your lungs all the way up, fill them all the way up. And squeeze the pelvic floor. Squeeze the perineum muscles. Pull that life force energy up your spine to your third eye and squeeze in your forehead area or your crown. Okay, you're pulling that cerebral spinal fluid up your spine. And pull the abdomen in as well when you're doing that, okay? Only a few more seconds. When we exhale, we're going to exhale with a buzz or a hum in the nasal cavity. Okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Buzz it all the way out. Keep buzzing. Buzz in the nasal cavity. You want to produce that nitric oxide as you're exhaling through the nasal cavity. Okay? Buzz it all the way out until there's no air left in your lung. And just hold on expiration. Just hold as we transition into the next track. Great job, guys.
Please keep the volume a little bit down because I cannot hear you well.
Volume of the music?
Yes, your voice
Okay.
is clear, but the music sometimes is very loud. Thank you.
Okay. So we're going to start with earth breath. 4 in and 4 out. In, 2, 3, 4. Out, 2, 3, 4. 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 In, 2, 3, 4. Getting ready to transition into water breath. 2 and 2. In, 2, out, 2. In, 2, out, 2. In, 2, out, 2. In, 2, out, 2. Belly, chest, exhale. Belly, chest, exhale. In, 2, out, 2. In, 2, out, 2. Keep that pace, keep that rhythm going, guys. Just feel the music. Keep breathing. In, 2, out, 2. 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 Keep going. You got this. In, 2, out, 2. In, 2, out, 2. Just feel the music. Feel the rhythm. Getting ready for air breath, picking up the tempo to 1 and 1. In, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out, in, out. Keep going, keep going. Into the nose, out to the mouth. Breathe with the whole body. Just feel the breath, feel the body. Doing great, guys. Doing great. Deep, sharp breaths. Okay, we're getting ready for fire breath. It's that rapid inhale and exhale just from the nose as fast as you can. All from the diaphragm, okay? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Fire breath. Keep going, keep going. It's only 30 seconds. You got this, you got this. Almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big breath in, big breath in. Fill your lungs all the way up and squeeze the pelvic floor. Pull that life force energy, that CSF up your spine to your third eye and just squeeze, okay? Hold that pressure in your third eye or your crown. Pull that energy up your spine. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Buzz it out. Buzz in the nasal cavity. Exhale all that air until there's no air left in your lungs. And hold on exhalation. Just hold. Great job. We're going to transition into the next song, last song. Start with earth breath, 4 in and 4 out. In, 2, 3, 4, out, 2, 3, 4, 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 in, 2, 3, 4. Getting ready to transition to water breath, 2 and 2, picking up the tempo. In, 2, out, 2, in, 2, out, 2, in, 2, out, 2. Belly, chest, exhale. Belly, chest, exhale. Keep it going. Keep that rhythm. 2 and 2. That's it, guys. Feel the music. Feel the rhythm. Just breathe up into the heart. Just allow that breath to guide you. In, 2, out, 2, in, 2, out, 2, in, 2, out, 2, in, 2, not just breathing. Be here in the breath. It's your last round, guys. You can keep going hard at it, okay? We're getting ready to transition into air breath, picking up the tempo, 1 in, 1 out, okay? In, out, 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 in, out. That's it. Keep it going. You got this. Keep that pace. Keep that rhythm. Into the nose, out to the mouth. No pausing on inhale or exhale. Just circular breathing. You're breathing with the beat. Doing great, guys. Doing great. Keep going. You got this. We're getting ready for breath of fire. Rapid inhale and exhale just through the nose as fast as you can go. Okay, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Breath of fire. It's that panting breath from your abdomen in and out through your nose as fast as you can go. It's only for 30 seconds. A little bit more. You're almost there. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Big breath in, big breath in. Fill your lungs all the way up. Fill them all the way up. And squeeze the pelvic floor and the abdomen. Pull that CSF up your spine to your third eye. Just squeeze and hold for 15 seconds. Almost there. When we exhale, we're going to exhale in our nasal cavity with a humming breath. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feel the vibration in your nasal cavity as you exhale. Exhale all the way until there's no air left in your lung. And this time, I want you to just hold on exhalation. We're going to do an extended hold on exhalation here, guys. Just hold. It should feel easier to hold your breath here for an extended period of time. When you need to take a breath, anytime is right for you, that's fine. Just extend your exhales and go back to normal breathing. If you want to keep holding, that's also fine. The third option is to take a big breath in and hold on inspiration. Whatever your body feels right in this moment. Thank you for the good work, guys. Your body and your soul thanks you. The work part is over. The rest of the class will be in deep relaxation. Just allow the full weight of your body to sink into the floor or the chair. Breathe naturally and comfortably and receive the goodness of your work through your whole being. heart now. Think of or recall a moment in your life when you experienced an immense amount of gratitude. Maybe the birth of a child, a good friend, something you accomplished. Some time in nature, whatever comes to mind. Visualize it as if it is happening right now. Who is there? What are the colors, scents, imagery you see? Focus on the feeling. What does gratitude feel like in your body? Once you feel it, bring that feeling up to the center of your chest. Feel it in your heart. Take a deep breath and inhale as if you were breathing in gratitude through your heart. Allow the feeling to expand every cell of your body. Now visualize a younger version of yourself. It can be from when you were a young child, or from even a few days ago. Stare directly into your eyes. Feel a connection. Imagine or visualize a beam of energy flowing from your heart to your heart, giving and receiving this feeling of gratitude. What is coming up for you? What do you feel? Embrace yourself. Now I invite you to communicate with yourself. More important than the following statements is the feeling each one evokes. Try to feel it fully without judgment. Trust. I trust in the unfolding of life's journey. Courage. I embrace fear with courage and let my heart lead the way. Forgiveness. I forgive myself and others unconditionally. I release all feelings of anger and resentment. Love. I love you for being you. I love you for who you are. I love you for all your gifts and qualities and all of your imperfections. You are special and unique. I love you. trust, courage, forgiveness, and love. Just take this time and relax. I want to thank everyone for participating and showing up. Thanks for doing this work. Great job. Just going to leave you with one final prayer. May all of your intentions be realized. May you find peace, healing, support, and community. May we see an end to suffering and peace on earth. Now let's send some love and gratitude to those who are not with us today, living or past, who we love and care about. Let's send some love and support to those who are lost, angry, and hurting themselves and others. May they find their way. Let's send some love to Pachamama, Mother Earth. And finally, let's send some love to ourselves so we can shine our light and continue on our journey of self-improvement.
Many thanks. Many thanks to all. Many thanks, Curtis, for this sweet, beautiful, powerful offering. May we all keep observing our breath and observing the benefits of this simple, deep, close practice. And everybody may have a beautiful evening. Thank you all.
Thanks, guys.
I don't know if there's some questions or some insights from this sharing that would like to be exposed.
Thank you, Curtis, for this meditation. It's wonderful to get to know you a little better, and you have a lot of depth, and you're an awesome guy. So I look forward to get to know you better on down the road. Thank you.
Thank you, Forrest. Appreciate those words. Yeah, you too. We're in the same village, so, and we're gonna be riding bikes.
Yeah. Okay.
Thanks for showing up and giving this a trial.
You bet.
Thanks for sharing it. I never thought I'd be able to do it, but I did most of it.
Amazing.
Did have a hard time hearing just for feedback all the way through. So, and I turned on the captions, but they aren't big enough to see them from a few feet away. So you may want to keep the music down a little.
I didn't have any trouble, so it may have been your computer, Holly.
It was perfect on my end too.
Yeah. Okay.
Perfect.
I would.
A voice and perfect in them.
Okay.
Yeah, me too.
I saw your comments, Holly. I was trying to adjust it on the fly, but yeah, I'm not sure.
Okay.
When it comes to Zoom and talking and coordinating music, it gets, kind of technical.
Complicated.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it, Curtis. Thank you so much. You did such a good job for a Zoom meeting to guide us through, I think. You did so excellent with that. I can't imagine. I'm looking forward to in person with you. Yeah. but it was
Yeah,
great. I really left a little bit. It was good. Thank you.
thanks, Jessica. Thanks for trying it. Yeah, it'll be much better experience in person. They always are. So gives you a taste, though, right?
That was wonderful. Thank you so much.
For me, Curtis, this is a Breed. I just want to say I was deeply moved by the depth of what I felt coming through you, from you, with everyone else sharing this experience. I felt like at the beginning I was sort of scared, like I went through like discomfort, like I did, and then after, when we were done, and like I missed kind of the relaxation, mostly because I was releasing these energy. This, just like my body was doing its own thing, what it needed to do.
Mm-hmm.
And my poor little puppy got really scared and started licking my hands, and I had to keep going, it's okay. It's okay, Jezza. Here she is. Mwah. So
Can I ask a question, Curtis?
Yeah.
So what is the warmth, like the burning? You know, I had a lot of like warmth here. You know, and like, do you get a lot of warmth? Like you can really feel the cold in the nose and then the warmth.
Yeah, there's so many different types of sensations that people can have. Like my body has gone cold, gone hot. I've never had, like, if you're talking about rate in the forehead, I've never experienced that necessarily.
That was a lot of warmth, like from here to, I didn't know. Like,
was it during a certain moment, like a certain sequence, or because
oh, you're right. I think it was more during the fire. Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe.
That might do it.
I didn't think about that, but that's interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was also having you guys pull that energy up, and
Yeah.
like the third eye is sort of
It was
kind of in here, right? So, but yeah, there's so many different things that can come up, and whatever comes up, I always say it needs to come up and needs to express itself and be released, and that's all good.
Can I ask one more question? Are we done? Okay. What do you do with people that have very low, like, heart rates or low blood pressure? Is there anything with that, or not really?
I mean,
and the high blood pressure, but what about people with low, that tend to have like low heart rate? Or
yeah, if there was ever concern of them like passing out because of their low blood pressure, I would have them, before doing it, talk to the doctor.
Okay.
Again, though, it's one of those things, I don't like saying that because I'm like,
Yeah.
I don't even really agree with Western medicine.
Yeah, it's so good for you.
But I really feel like this can help a lot of people in a lot of different situations, because like I said in my comments at the beginning, I believe almost all of the disease and things we suffer from, illnesses, come from this energy blocked trauma in the nervous system. Now, I spoke to the chief of my hospital a couple months ago about this topic, and he goes, "Oh, so what's going on with you?" I'm like, "Well, I'm getting away from Western healthcare, and I'm, going to be moving towards Costa Rica and setting up a community down there." And I'm like, I just don't agree with Western healthcare anymore. And I started to get into what I believe in, and he was like, "Oh, well, I don't necessarily believe that," but he kind of has to say that, right? The whole system is based around using these medications and putting people on mechanical ventilators and pumping them full of antibiotics and stuff. So yeah.
That was brave of you to say that and speak your truth.
Yeah, he's an approachable guy, so I didn't worry about having that conversation. But
now, meanwhile, is Rosa on another journey right now?
No, I'm so connected with this effect of the breath and how beautiful it is to have opportunity to go in such a simplest way to do a journey through to effect of just allowing ourselves to do what our body knows how to do and connect through the elements. The music was great also, and thank you for your guidance. Imagine if this was the experience with a virtual possibility, how it can be on site in a full series, you know. Then looking forward for that for sure. And in community, this is the kind of language, of the common language, that I'm looking forward to experience we all together. This kind of language that goes beyond words, that is true in our ether, in our elements, in our breath, and that we will be sharing. Then thank you all. Some people had already left the room because of the time that we move on, but we already know that was going to happen.